David Cassidy.
Oh, I just remember you telling me a story about going to, wasn't it to write songs with him or something?
Oh yeah, David Cassidy.
Is that a story you don't want to tell? Was that the secret?
Well,
No?
it's long. It's like Alice's Restaurant long.
The uncle.
It's a tough story to tell.
All right, there we go. Just till the end when you got thrown out. Did the security eject you from somewhere? Is that what happened?
They did. The security. I had written this song. So it was all over the radio. I read it with Joel, and so I guess David Cassidy was riding along in like a Cadillac, and this came on the radio. But it wasn't my voice; it was Joel's voice, and he heard it. I hear the clock is 6 a.m. I feel so far from where I've been. I got my eggs, I got my pancakes too. Got my maple syrup, everything but you. I break the yolks, make a smiley face. I kinda like it in my brand new place. I wipe the spots off of the mirror, don't leave the keys in the door. I never put wet towels on the floor anymore, 'cause dreams last for so long, even after you're gone. And I know that you love me, and soon I know you will see you were meant for me, and I was meant for you. I called my mom, but she was out for a walk. I consoled a cup of coffee, but it didn't want to talk. Picked up the paper, it was more bad news. More hearts being broken, more people being used. Put on my coat in the pouring rain. I saw a movie, but it wasn't the same. It was happy, and I was sad. It made me miss you, oh so bad, 'cause dreams last for so long, even after you're gone. And I know that you love me, and soon I know you will see you were meant for me, and I was meant for you. I go about my business and I'm doing fine. Besides, what would you say if I had you on the line? Same old story, not much to say. Hearts are broken every day. Oh yeah. So I guess he was driving on the road and he heard it. So he called his manager, because that's what you do when you're David Cassidy. You don't actually reach out to the person. You have a manager that reaches out to people. And he's like, who wrote that song? And they were like, I think Steve Poltz wrote it with Joel. They were in love and they wrote it in Mexico. And so he started looking me up and finding out information on me. So he had his manager call me up. And I thought it was my friends taking the piss out of me, because I answered the phone and it's like, Dave, this is Bernie Goldstein. I manage David Cassidy. And I was like, I thought it was my friend Todd, because he would always act like he was a high-powered manager. But he'd never used the moniker of Bernie Goldstein before. So I was like, oh, that's a good one. I go, that's a good one. And he goes, listen to me, Steve, this is serious. I manage David Cassidy. David Cassidy loves the song you wrote with Joel. He loves your songwriting. He's been studying up on you. He thinks you should write a musical. He talked to Joel Plaskett about it back in 2018. And I go, but this ain't 2018, dude. This is 1998. He's like, I know, but everybody time travels. If you know what I'm talking about, you've been time traveling. And I was like, whoa, this is good weed, man. So one thing leads to another. He says, listen, David Cassidy wants you to come out and meet him. He's doing a play in Las Vegas. It's in Vegas. It's like one of those shows they do. It's called FX with fire-breathing dragons and all kinds of stuff happening on stage. It's really cool. Why don't you come out? I'll comp you a couple tickets, front row, and I'll give you $3,000 cash just to fly out. You have a little gambling money, buy your first-class plane tickets and stuff like that. So I said, all right. I'm still not sure if it's really true, but sure enough, he had the money messengered over. So I go fly out to Las Vegas, and on the way out, I read this book called Blackjack for Dummies. So I was reading it, and I had pinched a nerve in my neck earlier that day, and I wasn't feeling that good, so I got some muscle relaxers from a friend of mine. Now, before I left to go on the trip, Bernie Goldstein called me up. He goes, Steve, listen, I've heard a lot about how you drink a lot sometimes and how you're a little bit crazy and you should be committed. And listen, when you meet David Cassidy, please don't drink. I don't need you drunk around him. And I go, all right. And he said, listen, when you meet him, don't smoke around him either. He's trying to quit smoking. It won't be cool. And I go, I don't smoke, man, so that's cool. You don't have to worry about that, dude. I had allergies as a kid. I had asthma. I was allergic to all kinds of stuff. One time I drank a can of Fresca and I broke out in hives. And he's like going, why is he telling me this? And I go, and it was really weird because my balls swelled up. And I was screaming because I was just a kid. And I go, Mom, my balls are going to explode. My mom said to me, is it your testicles or your scrotum? And I said, how the hell should I know? I'm only 7 years old. So anyways, they had to give me a shot of Benadryl, and he goes, Steve, this is too much information. He goes, now listen, when you get out there and you meet him, David Cassidy's really paranoid of germs, so don't shake his hand. And it was like, it's kind of like Spinal Tap, because he goes, don't even look at him. So I fly out there, and I get there, and my neck's all messed up, and by that time I'd read Blackjack for Dummies, so I sit and I go, well, I got a little time to kill, I'll play some blackjack at the MGM Grand Casino. So I sit down, and this lady walks by and she goes, cocktails? And I go, yeah, what would Frank Sinatra do? I'll get a Jack Daniels on the rocks. Could you make it a triple? So she brings it over, and then I thought, man, I need another one of those muscle relaxers. So I pulled it out of the bottle and it said, alcohol may intensify effect. So I was like, that's cool. So I took a second one out, chopped it up on the back of a CD case and snorted it. Next thing I know, I turned my 3,000 into 6,000, 6,000 into 12,000, 12,000 into 24,000, 24,000 into 48,000, and I attracted 2 new girlfriends, and I started placing bets for them. Now, I didn't know they were ladies of the evening. I just thought they liked me. So I was so high on the muscle relaxers and the Jack Daniels that a woman came on, she goes, cigarettes, cigars, and I go, you know what? People who smoke when they gamble look cool. So I got a pack of Camel unfiltered cigarettes. I was smoking that, I had all the money, and then they said, Mr. Poltz, Mr. Cassidy's ready to meet you, and a security guard came up to me. I said, I need 2 extra seats for my 2 new girlfriends. So we skipped through the casino to meet David Cassidy, and on the way through the casino, I'm singing this song. I'm going, come on down, there's a song that we're singing. Come on, get happy. And I walk in to meet him into the green room, and he's standing there looking at me, and I am smashed drunk, and I have a hooker on each arm. And I see David Cassidy, and I go, David! And I kiss him right on the mouth with a cigarette dangling out of my hands. So they immediately throw me out of the green room, lead me to the front row. I proceed to pass out in the front row of the MGM Grand during his show FX with Fire-Breathing Dragons. When I woke up, my 2 new girlfriends were gone, and so was my $48,000. So they led me out of the casino and they handcuffed me because I thought I was in the urinal and I peed on the curtains on the way out. So they led me through the casino. I was smashed drunk, and when they did, on the music system, they were playing You Were Meant For Me. It was Jules singing it. And I looked at the dealer with handcuffs on and I said, I wrote that song, you bastards, owe me 6 3/4 cents. They led me out to a waiting police car, and when they did, there was a girl busking, playing her version of You Were Meant For Me, and rather than put $1 in her guitar case, I took $3 out. I brush my teeth, I put the back. I know you hate it when I leave it loud. I told you it was a long book. Pick a book up, turn the sheets down. I take a drink, and a good look around. Yeah, I had retired that story. I didn't know I was trying to summon it in the back of my head. Put put on my PJs and I hop into bed. I'm half alive, but I feel mostly dead. I tell myself it'll all be alright. I shouldn't think more tonight, 'cause dreams last for so long, even after you're gone. And I know that you love me, and soon I know you will see you were meant for me, and I was meant for you. Before I say that one more time, I would just like to say that I never did get the writing gig for David Cassidy, but I did kiss him on the lip. Yeah, you were meant for me, and I was meant for you. Yeah.
That's the story.
Dude, I didn't know if I could tell that story. I haven't told that in a long time. It felt good. I didn't even want to do it, but then once I got into it, you've got to commit. Thank you, Joel, for inspiring me and being a good friend over the years.